Alright, hey, what's up everybody? So, the Capcom Next show is going to be happening in under a minute now. They only are showing 3 things. It's only in like 20-ish minutes. But the main thing that I'm watching it for is the Doctor or Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. I want to see what they got going on with this game. I did a video a few days ago. I was talking about kind of what I'm expecting from the remaster. I already know off the bat, I think everybody has been replaced in the voice cast, like not just TJ Rotolo. There are a few other things I thought about in that time since then too. Are they going to keep all the licensed music? Is Gone Guru in the remaster? These are make or break things, so you know what? Let's see. They're starting off with it, so let's go. Yep, here we go. RE7 on iPhone. Okay.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Capcom Next Summer 2024. Today
the worst way to play RE7.
Dead Rising is back from the dead with the Deluxe Remaster. Check out this and other games from Capcom this summer. But first, we'd like to tell you about this title.
The disappointment in my face. It was like they started off with it, Kuni, and it's like this game looks cool too, but sorry, I got Dead Rising on the mind. Like that's all I'm really checking for right now. All right, Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess. This game does look good.
Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess will
Damn, this drops so soon. I thought it came out like way later in the year.
We're excited for you to immerse yourself in the unique Japanese.
So many games coming out.
The innovative gameplay combines elements of both action and strategy games. Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess is set on Mount Kafuku, which has been covered by defilement.
This does look cool, but it just reminds me, like, man, Capcom, you know, you got Onimusha in the back. You know, that game franchise is ripe for a new game.
Today, you'll explore the villages. Help fix the broken contraptions and purify the villagers. Then you'll be able to give the villagers roles and choose where to place them. It's critical to use your daylight time wisely. The game will test the player's decision-making abilities. During the night phase, the Seeth attack the villages. Fight with the protagonist So's graceful sword attacks. Issue commands to the villagers, helping you to protect the maiden Yoshiro.
Okay, it's pretty interesting. I didn't know the game was like this. I didn't know it had this strategy element to there.
Day-night cycle and purifies villages with Yoshiro to bring peace back to the mountain.
Actually, that's kind of dope. But I'm curious how the cycle is. Like, is this all the game is, or there's gonna be a bit more? But I like the concept. What I'm seeing from it, though.
To make it through the wide array of challenges presented. Upgrade villager roles to give yourself more support. You can freely reset upgrades and redistribute them to other roles. Customize the roles however you want. You'll also be able to upgrade So as you play through the game. Upgrade attacks, unlock archery, and use skills to summon the villagers. There are a variety of elements that can be upgraded.
This seems like a pretty cool little title.
So's upgrades with abilities from Tsuba Guards and Mazo Talismans. Expand the strategies and actions the player can take. Work effectively with the villagers.
You know, I'll give it a try, honestly.
Purify the villages.
I don't know if I'll get it like released exactly, but
next,
I might pick up this game. Oh, all right, Corvick, I get to check out the demo then. Drops today? Yep. All right, sweet. I'll check that out later on then. I really want to see how the gameplay feels, and I want to try out this strategy, like other aspect of the gameplay there with commanding the villagers. All right, this will give me my best answer then. I don't know if it's a get it soon or get it when it's a little later down the line. All right, sweet. Oh, it's on PS4 as well. Oh, okay.
The demo version will be available from today. You can play part of the main story in a demo version, and there's no limit on
Good. I'm happy Capcom's away from that. You play the demo between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, or you can play it 30 times and it's gone. Like, thankfully that's all gone. That era was whack.
We also have a new announcement.
What?
To celebrate the demo version, Kunitsu-Gami
I didn't think I was gonna see Okami in this.
Collaboration with the 2006 action-adventure hit Okami. Collaboration costumes for the main character, So, and the main
pretty cool.
There will be collaboration weapons, and we have collaboration music in the game as well.
Alright.
In order to celebrate the Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess demo, we're having a special festival.
I'm there. I was just talking about Okami like 2 days ago.
Is working with others to achieve a goal. If enough players work together and try the demo version, we will include the Okami collaboration items as a free title update on release date.
That's cool.
For
all right.
Who purchases a copy of the game.
Like I said, I'm getting on that demo immediately after this thing's over.
For details, please see our website and social media accounts.
Okay, you know what? This did sell me on the game.
Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess is available for pre-order. The Mazo talismans for So and a mini art book are included as pre-order bonuses. Check out the demo version, available today.
I will be there. Alright, that drops in like 2 weeks. Alright. You know what time it is.
Next up, a new look for some fan favorites. Want the inside scoop on the recently revealed Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster? We've put together an exclusive top secret program full of undead mayhem. Join us as we sit down with key development team members from each title to unearth the secrets of Dead Rising and the new look for Resident Evil 7. First, take a look at the trailer.
Alright. I'm about to full screen this. I gotta... Oh, is this the same trailer from last week? It probably is. The second they start showing more footage, I'm looking at this thing frame by frame.
Say, buddy, you mentioned something about research for a story. Frank West.
Remember that
It looks good there. But then looks like Al Bundy here. That looks like that's all we see. They don't want to see anything else. It's just that. Oh, here we go.
Did you just say zombies?
Take a look out there. Those ain't zombies. What would you call them?
Okay, looks good there.
Quick, move! Get over here!
Noticing it's looking a little gray, honestly. Like the lighting in some areas looks pretty good. Just like gripping up that color. Yeah, they redid all the voices. Doesn't have that piercing scream like the original. Oh my! It comes out, I think, the same day as the Zelda game.
What you just witnessed is the newly released trailer for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. You may be thinking, that looks like a full-on remake. We had the same thought, so we spoke with 3 key staff.
Oh, so is it running off the original game?
We began
This was like
our
a fresh
investigation
coding.
with director Ryosuke Murai. Well, actually, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to call this game a remake, considering the work we put into it. Before we could even ask a question, Murai
Yeah, the voices are gonna get me some time to get used to. Just they're too ingrained in my head.
Is the improved graphics. The new specs allow the game.
Damn, he's kind of running fast.
60 FPS.
Look how fast he's running. Is he level 1 or is he level 50?
Life improvements, like the ability to move while aiming.
Okay, like Dead Rising
as well as
2.
other adjustments to make controlling Frank more intuitive. Thanks to popular demand, we've added an autosave feature and fine-tuned the user interface. The game will be fully voiced in 9 languages, with text in 14, giving more players around the world a chance to enjoy characters' dialogue. We've also made some improvements to
Okay, that's all I want to know.
will make surviving the zombie apocalypse with all the colorful characters that much more enjoyable.
Oh, they had a little
Sounds like a
staircase
complete
there.
Overhaul. It makes me wonder if the game's main concept is still intact. If you've played the original, rest assured that its core remains unchanged in this deluxe remaster.
Alright, good.
We did our best to respect the direction of the original game. We kept the fundamental gameplay the same while improving upon the user experience. With this,
Oh, shit, you can
we believe
fast
that
forward
both
now?
Veterans and newcomers alike will be able to enjoy a fresh experience.
Alright, Jessie seems like exactly the same. They didn't really change much of hers. But man, Frank is moving fast. Like, okay, I know he's level 46 in this. Like, I'm curious if, like, they're just playing with a late level build.
We hope that everyone will give it a try. Unable to get any definitive answers out of director Murai, we gave art director Satoshi Takamatsu the 3rd degree. It turns out he had ambitions of his own for this project.
Still looks great. I still think this game looks good.
There were many limitations during development. Thanks to nearly 2 decades of technological advancements, we were able to accomplish a lot that couldn't be done back then. For example, Resident Evil, Capcom's other zombie franchise, focused on quality over quantity. Dead Rising took a different approach.
Love that game.
Was to pack as many zombies as possible into that huge shopping mall. This meant each individual zombie wasn't as polished as we would have liked. However, this time around, we were able to focus on quality as well. As the art
Jeff and
director,
Natalie.
I couldn't be more pleased that we were able to apply high.
See, he looks great there. Like, it's kind of weird. I feel like there's certain like frames where Frank looks weird, and then certain frames where he looks spot on. Like, I can't understand.
We have to address is the shopping mall setting. In the original game, the Willamette Parkview Mall is made up of several areas, like
Entrance Plaza, Paradise
and
Plaza,
Paradise
North Plaza,
each
Al
with its
Fresca.
own unique characteristics. We've taken these designs and evolved them even further by adding real-time lighting and shadow effects.
Okay, looks
so
good
that
there.
Each location takes on a different appearance, depending on the time of day. That's how much detail we've put into this project. For character animations, we tried to limit unnecessary changes and use the original data as much as possible, especially during action scenes. We could have made them more realistic with today's tools, but we wanted to preserve
All right,
the unique
I like
and
that.
comical movements that made the original Dead Rising so special. Takamatsu was finally giving us the info we were looking for. However, we couldn't stop there. We had to know why this is called a deluxe remaster. To do that, we tracked down the game's producer and managed to get his account. I think Dead Rising is a unique game with extremely tight game design.
Yes, it is.
Even by today's standards. However, we also knew the original game was released 18 years ago, and that improvements were needed to reach a modern audience. That's why we focused on improving playability.
The NPC AI was only the biggest one. I got used to it. I have no issue with it now, but definitely is the biggest one.
Game design allows it to stand apart from
And it looks like that heavy hit buffer frame got taken out.
Morimoto took a moment to compose
because in the original game, if you hit a heavy attack, it would kind of do this freeze frame for like a few frames.
Here at Capcom, we're no strangers to zombies.
So,
but this game takes it to another level. With a wry smile on his face, Morimoto took out his phone and showed it to us. And there it was, Resident Evil 7, in a form we never imagined. Capcom is thrilled to bring its third Resident Evil title to the iPhone 15 Pro and other Apple devices. The game has been optimized greater than ever before.
Looks like it was running kind of slow there. Oh no.
As with Resident Evil Village and RE4, using a controller like the DualSense or a mobile controller that attaches directly to the phone allows for a surprisingly comfortable gameplay experience. That being said, when playing on a mobile device without a controller, we felt the standard virtual controller just didn't cut it. So the development team took it upon themselves to optimize the touch controls for Resident Evil 7 on iOS. One of the biggest challenges we faced was implementing the auto fire feature. You can enable this setting so that your weapon fires automatically when aiming at an enemy, making it much easier to play without.
Man, it's kind of running weird. Like, look how slow it's running.
The early Resident Evil games also had auto.
Like, is it in some like quality mode or what's going on?
Willing to compromise on usability. With Apple's help, he was able to.
It almost seems like
that prioritize the immersive.
It's like at this rate, if you're trying to play RE7 on the go, just get a Steam Deck and then run it off there. I think it is playable on the deck.
More intuitive experience. The first part of the game is free to play. Resident Evil 7 is guaranteed.
Well, unfortunately, I have an iPhone 13 Pro, so I ain't playing this. But I feel like if I even tried it with this phone, my phone would explode.
Now it's available in a new form on Apple devices. Up next, a confession from Koshi Nakanishi, the director behind the classic.
I guess that was all on Dead Rising.
Well, if I'm being honest, as a
just know, once this is over, we're going back. We gotta do the deep dive analysis. I gotta go frame by frame.
I feel like Dead Rising is the classic zombie game. In the second half of the program, we'll learn previously untold stories about how the games were developed.
Woo!
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster will have an emergency digital launch for PlayStation
Physical release
5,
November.
Xbox
Oh
Series
man.
X, Xbox Series S, and Steam on September 19th. The Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster Digital Deluxe Edition will include additional costumes.
I see the costumes.
And will be available with the regular version on September 19th.
Can these be unlocked in the game? I'm seeing, I think, Mega Man.
Dead Rising fans shouldn't miss the Dead Rising.
I'm just hoping you can still get it the same way.
Pre-order bonus.
Oh, actually, hold on a second. I gotta go back. I think I saw a classic Frank that like had the face, and that Chuck one looked pretty good too. Damn, I want to what? I want to go back. I think that was a classic Frank West thing. Yeah, I've played RE7. You know, I did a review on this channel of the game. Great game, really loved it. But I want to go back to the Dead Rising stuff, honestly. I have a lot of things to say about it. I think now there are still some things are gonna take me a lot to get used to, especially with the voices, but I think it's in a better spot than I was first imagining.
Two major zombie games, Dead Rising and Resident Evil 7,
I will save all my thoughts for afterwards when I get to like the replay.
Titles to learn more about the games. First, we have Koshi Nakanishi, the distinguished director of Resident Evil 7. Follow along as he shares previously undisclosed information about the game's origin. When we first started development, Resident Evil was, well, if I'm being honest, as a brand, we were off track. The action element had been expanded, and fans reacted much more negatively than expected. In the end, an RE game has to be scary. So we took another look at it. And the general consensus from
that
fans
part
of the
in
series
VR
was that a Resident Evil game is one that should scare the hell out of you. That was the starting point for Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil from the beginning, and those early games were terrifying. I was excited to try and make Resident Evil 7 into a game.
You know, they did their thing with RE7 and that. Like that game was a great return for the series after 6 especially.
Had a major impact upon its release. But the course that he chose was far from the path of least resistance. In order to make a fear-focused Resident Evil, many elements of the game had to be re-evaluated from scratch. Like the setting, characters, the game system. Anything that didn't induce fear had to change. And sometimes
it's the full game or the demo? I don't think this is the full game.
And in order to make it scarier, we decided to go with a first-person point of view. Up to that point, RE had been third-person perspective with the character.
Honestly, I'm still hoping one of these days we get a Resident Evil game that goes back to the original camera. Like, I would love to see a game with like the perspective where it's like that again, like classic RE. Just add way more scares there, where you have no control over the perspective, and then the game's just stringing you along where it wants to take you, rather than you doing that.
We weren't sure whether to target a casual or core audience. However, we trusted management's concepts and made what we thought would be fun. Kawano had a range of experience directing Mega Man Legends and Breath of Fire, and he was confident in this.
Mega Man Legends got brought up. That's all that matters. This man's a legend.
Was overrun with zombies. Most games might ordinarily make their main character a cop or a soldier, a badass, decked out in gear, ready for the situation. But we thought going in that direction would dilute the madness and unpredictability of the zombie outbreak. So, we made him a journalist. We focused the story on him being trapped in a place full of zombies, trying to escape
fast
and rescuing survivors along the way, so that they can all make it out together.
I'm just hoping it feels good, gameplay-wise. Like,
Kawano faced challenges during development. It's clear though that he's
I might just say fuck it and get the digital version in September, just so I can get in on it like from the jump.
We wanted the player to encounter people trying to escape.
Whoa, you look
and others who have
crazy. What's going on?
Unhinged, making them feel like they're trapped in the outbreak. On the development team, we all felt like it was a fun game, but others who saw the game were kind of taken aback. Some even asked whether it was okay to make a game that was so violent. For a second, we started to doubt ourselves. Such an innovative project was bound to grapple with internal friction. But Kawano had a trump card to play: fan expectations. We previewed it at a game show and got mobbed. Players loved that you could use a parasol to kill zombies or put buckets on their heads. That's when I knew we'd done it. I still can't say whether it was targeting core or casual players.
Core, because the first time around, you can get destroyed the first time. Dead Rising 1 can be pretty difficult that first time around.
And abroad would all like the game. However, RE4, a game without zombies, was released the year before. Was Dead Rising trying to dethrone the RE franchise? I think that makes Dead Rising one of the classics. Also, I think anything with zombies needs a sense of humor. A zombie outbreak is a disaster, but I think you need to laugh too.
Still got the Surbot head unlocked.
You can have some tears as well.
Oh no, not Kent. I don't want to see him.
On the other hand, is cooler. The main characters.
Boy, they were doing the voices. Boy, the voice for Kent better be on point. That little laugh he has, it's stuck in my head. Like it's gotta be on point.
Giant dolls appear and walk around. But I think we really filled Dead Rising with a ton of ridiculous stuff. If you're looking for a clear answer to that question, in the context of this program, I think it's fair to say that Dead Rising is the classic zombie game. A lot of people played the game when it first came out, but it wasn't the easiest to play. Now that it's been made,
I don't know, look at me. I was a master of Dead Rising. I still am.
Play or couldn't finish to have another chance. Each of the directors had different experiences, but we'd like to salute both for their innovative contributions.
Listen, people didn't like the times. We don't know what to say about them there.
Information from director Nakanishi. We'll let him have
I know a lot of people who gave up on Dead Rising. But I can at least count on 2 hands the amount of people that talked to me about Dead Rising 1 and not beating it.
But I found it. And to be honest, it feels substantial. I can't share any details just yet, but I hope you're excited for the day I can.
Is that it?
Here's a quick roundup of the games
No.
we introduced today.
Here's what you may have missed. Thanks for enjoying Nuvi.
Kunitsu-Gami,
You saw
Path of
the
Goddess
Kunitsu-Gami
launches on
Path of the
July 19th,
Goddess.
2024. Try out the demo today. Next,
You saw
we have
RE7
Resident Evil
running
7
poorly
Live
on an
Action,
iPhone
which will be
15.
available for iPhone, iPad, and Mac. You can play the opening section for free. And finally, 18 years after the original
Don't-
release, we have the original
Don't say that.
Paradise action
Really do
game,
not
Dead
say
Rising
18
Deluxe
years
Remaster.
ago Dead Rising was real. I don't want to hear that at all.
This is a
It just makes me
deluxe
feel
remaster, and we hope
old.
you're excited. Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster are available for pre-order. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching.
All right. On 2-hour free trial. Okay.
Play up to 2 hours
Sweet.
of Dragon's...
Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to this trailer.
Here it comes. What? Did you just say zombies?
Take a look out there.
It's like, okay,
Those
Look,
ain't zombies.
it's good. Still some camera. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of the animations, like they said, are from the original game. Like specifically, like when he slams the zombie's head, like that one's frame for frame exact. Like it's exactly the same as the original. And also in this shot, like it looks good. Like I don't know why that one frame they used in the teaser looks so weird. Because he looks fine right here. This looks like a pretty good portrayal of Frank with a more like gassed up graphics. Going fine. Brad Fine gave him a little mole. little spot right in there. But hold on, I gotta hear this line again real quick. Let me zone in. You know what? I can't be in this mode of being like of like nitpicking because it's gonna be just nitpicking that it's not the original. But I'm sorry, that Brad delivery in the original game. What are you people doing? Run! Quick! Move! Get over here! Like it's so stilted that it worked really well. Like so it's gonna be more like a nitpick on me, but also like I've said in this video and in past videos and throughout my channel's this history, I've played way too much Dead Rising 1. I could recite the entire game in my head right now. So I know that game to a disturbing degree. So for me, I'm gonna pick up on like everything that I'm seeing on it. And there's some things on it that I'm really liking. There's some things in it where it's like, okay, like a little different. Yeah, like right there, he looks different. Like he looks fine there. Then here it looks all right. There he looks fine. Like I feel like he keeps changing. I don't know if it's just my eyes. All right, now let me go back. I want to see that thing they were talking about. This, yeah.
Dead Rising fan.
yeah, that perfect. So it's like, all right, if you want the original like frame, you can get it. Let's see. The content can be obtained by pre-ordering the game until the day before release. Images represent game development and content may change. Hopefully you can get this in-game. Like, Dead Rising 1 had a lot of unlockables of just beating the game and getting certain things. Like, if you got all the survivors, if you listen to all of Otis's calls, if you did all the scoops, so... Or if you did the 7-day, the infinite mode and survived, like, the 14 days, you got stuff, so... Hopefully you can get these in-game. Now... I probably will have it pre-ordered either way because I'm probably going to get it digitally just to have it. But, you know, it's cool that they got that, at least in the original one, in there for those who want it. And for me, which is pretty much me, because I'll be doing it.
High-end modeling and production.
Adam McClown looks great. Like his like gas up is impressive. Like, he looks really good in this.
To both the main character, Frank.
And it's like some of the some of the lighting is really good. Some areas I still got to get used to it just because it's like it's going for a more realistic lighting approach. It's doesn't have that same kind of like bloom and bounce of colors that the original had. But you know, I could be here all day talking about this, but so far, what I'm saying, you know, there's some cool stuff. I like the little Mega Man, clock face. Looks like you can fast forward time, so you don't have to wait around. That's a pretty cool little quality of life feature if you're just doing the scoops and you just want to like speed things up a little bit. This one I find, this is the funniest change, honestly, is adding this little staircase here just because they knew that people struggled with the survivors getting up onto the little ledge, because you would have to do some like crazy maneuvering. You'd have to have them go to one point of the area, then you'd have to have them then kind of come individually and try and corral your way to get onto the platform. And if you have like 7 survivors, good luck. You're gonna be there for 5 minutes getting it figured out. So it's very funny that they added a staircase right here. So it alleviates all the stress there. The question I really have is, why did they take Jeff and Natalie out into the mall? Just knowing, because Jeff and Natalie are the first survivors you meet. The second you leave the security room, they're right in this area here. And you can get them, you can save them, take them back to security room, and you'll get at least 2 level ups if you do that. If you take the photo and get like the PP little moment. So that means if you do this, theoretically, Frank and whoever was playing took them to the entire scoop of 1, then took them to get Bert, Aaron, and Leia. They also forgot the big guy in Entrance Plaza. But then also looking at the time, that means they also had to dodge the convicts. So, yeah, this person's playing is doing like a challenge run right now. And if you ever want your answer of how much I know the game, you just got it right there, fully intact. But, you know, I will say,
yes,
I have higher expectations than I originally did have for when they first revealed it. There's a lot of hesitation on my end just because of how much I love Dead Rising 1. And, you know what? I'll be interested to see what a kind of remastered version of it in this sense would play like. Because it's not erasing the original game. You can still buy Dead Rising Remastered on PS4 and every console. And it always goes on sale for like $5, super cheap games. So, you know what? We're in a situation which I'm cool with, where, you know, they're doing a remaster, a remake of sorts with it, but you can still play the original games. If you're like, you know, I liked this version, I want to see how the original played, you have that option to do it, which is cool. It's only when it's the option of, well, we're going to remake it, but we're not going to release the original game, or we're going to delist the original game. But I think this is different enough where it's like, you know what, it's there. It's not bothering me. Like, so I'm stoked on it. Like, the only question I have now is the music the same, and how are the performances on the voice acting? The script's exactly the same, so I have no issues there. It's really going to be how is the voice acting for certain of the scenes, and is Gone Guru in the game? Oh yeah, and also Infinity Mode, is that in there and all that? But we'll see. September is not that far away, so I'll be playing this very soon. And you best believe there is going to be a video on this game. There is going to be a video on this from me. So rest assured, you're going to get the full Dead Rising scoop from me. And I'm going all in on it. You know what? I think that'll I think I'll do it right there from it. But yeah, anyway, that was the Capcom Next showing. Kunitsu Path of Goddess, you know what? That looks pretty good. The seeing the footage there and seeing more of it, that was more, kind of got me more intrigued in the game than anything they've shown previously. Game did look good, but I didn't know that there was such an element of strategy and working like that in the game. Like, none of the trailers really showcased that heavy. Obviously, RE7 on phone. It doesn't really do much for me because I don't have the phone that supports it, but I already own RE7 on PS4, and that's the better. Like, I can play it on VR. I can play it on my PC. If I really want to play on the go, I can just get a Steam Deck, or when Switch 2 comes out and they do a native port, then it's there. But yeah, no, not much for me. Honestly, I watched it all for Dead Rising. I've said all I have to say about that. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. You know what? Cool thing, Capcom. I'm surprised they showed Dead Rising a week ago and didn't save it for this, because it would have been a crazy reveal, just being like, oh, we got some games for you. Oh yeah, by the way, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. But I guess they wanted to drum up views and people to watch the event to get them kind of coming in, because they just said we're showing off RE7 and Kunitsu. Like, people wouldn't watch that, just to be real. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me here. Yeah, you know what, Dead Rising, love it, love that game, and I'll be there. So as always, I'm GWC Gamingwithclass, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you in 72 hours. Well, not really, because the game doesn't come out till September 19th, so it's probably like, I'm not doing the math for that. It's a lot of hours.